Welcome to 10-minute total body workout. I'm Katie, your personal trainer. Let's begin standing with 30 seconds of a breathe and squeeze. So place your fingers on your belly with your fingertips touching. Inhale deeply through your nose. Feel how the fingers separate. Fill your lungs. And then exhale through your mouth. Belly drops first, then the chest. Repeat this deep breathing exercise at least 3 more breaths. We're starting our workout with a breathing exercise to really get connected and to fill our tank with oxygen. There's enough time for one more deep breath. One more exhale. Make both as long as you can. Make sure you have a chair close to you. We're gonna do 60 seconds of a chair squat. So all I want you to do, begin now, feet hip distance, send your seat back and just brush the chair with your backside, just really lightly. And you're trying to do as many of these as possible for 1 minute straight. Keep that heart lifted. Arms can be moving at your sides. They could also be still. I'm not too picky about that on this one. What I am going to be picky about is I want you pushing through your heels every time you rise up. And I don't want you completely sitting down and resting. It's just that first brush of the backs of your legs on the chair. And then you push up, stand all the way up straight, squeeze the buns at the top. Keep on working. This should get your heart rate up. This can also serve as a warm-up. Good. Keep on going. Remember, push through the heels, stand up tall, keep your chin up, chest up. All right, we made it through a minute. Meet me on the floor in a seated position with your legs bent. We've got 30 seconds of a seated twist next. Heels are resting on the floor, palms are pressing together. Make sure you're rotating through your spine and not moving your arms side to side. So maybe you keep your thumb in line with your spine. Make sure you're leaning back to at least a 45-degree angle. I want you to feel this in your abs, in your obliques. Keep leaning back, keep breathing, keep pressing those palms together. And you made it. All right, hop back up on your feet. 60 seconds of alternating lunges are next. Begin with your feet together. Step one leg back. We're alternating sides. Both legs are bending, so make sure that back knee is bending. Knee is about under that back hip. Shoulders rolled back, chin up. Every time you return to the start position, push that heel into the floor. Keep the toes spread out. Keep the belly strong, lifted from your pelvic floor up. Chin remains lifted. Heart space open. I like to keep my hands on my hips on these, unless I have dumbbells, of course. That is totally an option if you need more intensity. Keep on alternating so that back knee is getting as close to the floor without touching as you are comfortable with. Lunges for each of us are gonna look very different. All right, you made it through that minute, well done. Let's meet on the floor in a seated position with your fingertips turned away from your hips. Then reach the toes towards the ground, squeeze through your backside and lift up. Keep your chin close to your chest, especially if you have any neck issues. Notice my wrists are under my shoulders, palms spread wide. Squeeze through your glutes. Keep the ribs drawn down and together. Belly button lifted up towards your heart and drawn in. Keep that breath flowing. We're only here to enjoy this for 30 seconds. This is one of my favorites, but it's a love-hate exercise. I find people either love it or hate it. You could also do this from your forearms or with your fingers pointing out to the side if this hand position doesn't work for you. All right, let's lower our body down and move move on. Hop up to your feet, bring 2 dumbbells or 2 water bottles with you, feet hip distance, sink those hips back into about a third of a squat. Take your arms out long, palms facing each other, each with a dumbbell. Start this action with your shoulder blades, squeeze them together. Let the rest of your arm come along for the ride. Keep the arms as long as possible with a slight bend at your elbows. Keep the neck long. We're here for a minute, building our posture muscles, building endurance in our posture muscles. I'm gonna switch to the side so you can see this from another view. I'm doing the exact same thing here, so notice my hips are back behind my knees, my back is flat, my spine is long, and I'm trying to be conscious of where my chin is at, make sure it's not lifted too high or too close to my chest. And every single time I think, squeeze my shoulder blades together. You're almost there. All right, that minute is up. Meet me on the floor on your side. We're gonna do 30 seconds of a side plank on either side. All right, so I've got my left elbow down on the ground, demonstrating here level 1. Stay there if you wish. Otherwise, you can stack your feet or stagger your feet and rise up. So both knees are off the ground. We're here for 30 seconds. You're breathing deeply. This one too, we want to check our head position, make sure that chin's not far forward. I always like to think about my ears staying in line with my shoulders. Hips stay lifted. And rest. Bring your hips down. Let's make our way to the other side. We want to be balanced. All right, so remember, elbow under your shoulder. You can keep that bottom leg bent if you prefer. So there's that demo. You could also keep your top arm in front if you need to. That arm up is just an option. If you want to take it up a notch and make it more intense, straighten out the legs. Stagger your stacked feet. Create a line from your top palm to your bottom elbow. If you need to readjust, so I did there, I noticed that my elbow didn't feel, or my shoulder didn't feel quite right. You could maybe even see it. Rewind, look at it. I didn't feel that pillar of strength. I couldn't quite plug my shoulder in strong, so I readjusted. Always an option. Breathe deep, draw that belly button in and up. We're working for strong core muscles, strong obliques, a strong side body. All right, last 3, 2, and lower down. Okay, we're gonna need our chair for this next one. 60 seconds, hip thrust. Prop your chair up, make sure it's secure. Bottom of my shoulder blades are right on the corner of my chair. You could also use a couch, feet hip distance. Think of the top half of your body moving as one unit. So I'm not arching in my spine. Keeping my chin drawn slightly towards my chest. Keeping my ribs pulled down and together. These are cues you're gonna hear often. Squeeze the buns right at the top. So right there, right in that moment, you're just as strong in the front side of your body as you are in the back side of your body. Maybe you inhale down, exhale, rise. 60 seconds of these is an awesome glute burner. If you're not quite getting there, one option would be to hold right there a little bit longer every time. Maybe you hold for 2 or 3 seconds. I want you really feeling it in your glutes. All right, team, our last exercise, it's a 30-second hard style plank. If you know me, you know I love these. Come on down, face down, curl the toes under, elbows under your shoulders, nice and long through your neck. Then how we make this a hard style plank is you imagine you're gonna bring the elbows towards the toes. You're gonna pull the floor together. Imagine you're trying to scrunch that mat up underneath you. You're not actually moving, but you're bearing down. That tremble of truth, get it going. Make sure the air is still passing through, but pulling those elbows down towards your toes, toes up towards your elbows. Fighting for it, building strength. All right, 30 seconds are up. Melt yourself back into a child's pose. You did fantastic. I'm so proud of you for doing this 10-minute workout. Breathe deep, do some stretching, cool yourself down, and I'll see you next workout.